Hi, it's Bobby from Visual Impact, and you join us today where we're going to do a quick unboxing of the brand new Sony VENICE in capital letters, as well as some key accessories such as the viewfinder, the R7 and the card reader and some media. So we're going to start off with the camera body itself, so let's get going. Now, one thing to point out is that the camera doesn't actually come with a viewfinder, and you actually have to order that separately. However, there is a viewfinder cable in the box, so here that is. What else have we got here? So we've got the warranty information, and what looks to be a port cap here, and a CD for the manuals, so that's that. What else have we got? What looks to be a top handle. Let's have a quick look at that. There we go, top handle there. I think this maybe the viewfinder bracket. There you go. And now we have the body itself. There we go. So here's the camera body. Right, I think we will go with the viewfinder next. So here we have the DVF EL200. And again, we have some warranty information and a CD manual for the viewfinder. Very well packed. And here we have the EL200. Next, we will go with the Axs R7, and this is the recording module that goes on the back of the camera. So, first of all, we have a bracket. Again, warranty information, and there are some screws in the back there as well. Let's take the actual unit out. And there we have it, Axs R7. Now this is the raw recorder for the unit. So now here we have the Axs card slots. Do bear in mind these aren't the same as the S/S, so they do take their own media, which we will get to in a moment. V-lock plate on the back. 4-pin and 12 volt. Now this plate here is actually for use with the F5 and F55, and it does come off with some screws there, and obviously does make it slightly more compact for use on the Venice. So here we have the Axs AR1, which is the memory card reader, as well as the Axs Media. We'll start off with the AR1 card reader. So here we have a Thunderbolt connector. Again, manuals and warranty information for the card reader. Power supply. And the card reader itself. Go. So here we have some Axs Media. This one in particular is the 512GB version, so we'll unbox that. Now the carton, as well as the case for the actual Axs Media, is very similar to S/S, but are very different. These are to be used with the R7 recorders, as the camera itself has S/S but not Axs. So here we go. So let's take a quick look at how we can assemble the camera with the accessories that we've got here. I'll start off by just pointing a little thing out on the camera. there is a stopper here. Now this rail here is used to mount things like the viewfinder bracket as well as the handle itself. And if I press this down, you can see the stopper there will go down as well. And that's basically to stop anything that you put on there and don't tighten from just falling back and falling off of the camera. We'll start off with the viewfinder mounting plate, and that literally slides on. It's got a bit of a shoe on the bottom, so it literally just slides on. And we can see here actually demonstration of that stopper working. Slide that to the front. There is a little nut on the front which we tighten to hold that into place. As we can see, that's nice and secure now. We'll mount the viewfinder on, and again there is a stopper here to stop it from, if you do forget to lock that off, stop it from falling out. So let's just pop that straight on, and it locks off using this lever here. We now have adjustment, again, another wing nut there, which we can undo and adjust the viewfinder there, as well as a wing nut here for adjustment there, and another one here for adjustment this way. So now we're going to attach the viewfinder cable to the viewfinder and to the camera. It's worth noting that this viewfinder cable does come with the camera, however the viewfinder doesn't, so the viewfinder is ordered separately. The right angle part plugs into the front of the camera. All you need to do is line up the red dots and that will slot straight in. There we go. And obviously feed that through, and we have the port for that just down below there, and again line up the red dots and in we go. So that's nice and secure and connected. Okay, so lastly we're going to attach the handle here. I've left it until last because I find it a bit easier to work in and around the viewfinder and the viewfinder mounting bracket whilst this is off. And again, it's got the same sort of shoe as the mounting bracket did. And again, slides straight on to the camera itself. Now you do have a bit of movement in this, so obviously you can slide it there and slide it all the way back. And again, the stop will stop it from coming straight off. To lock it into place once you've found your position, there's another little lever here, which we just turn, and that locks it all into place. So now we're going to take a look at how to attach the AXS R7. Now if you remember at the front end I mentioned that we'd have to remove some bolts. So I'm going to show you which bolts they are. We need to remove them from the R7 and some from the camera, but we'll run through it together. They are these four here, so 1, 2, 3 and 4. What this does is these bolts are actually capacitive bolts, so they don't come all the way out. And what this does is it releases this plate on the back here. So we have an Allen key. And what we're going to do is we're going to loosen these Allen bolts. And so here's the last bolt. I'll also show you that these bolts don't come out. So as you can see, they don't come out there. Now what this does is this loosens this plate on the back. And as we can see, it should, if I've loosened everything enough, which I haven't, should just slide straight off, as we can see there. Now what we do now is we can put that to the side for a second, and on the back of the camera again there's another V-lock plate and it's got another 4 bolts. We need to take those off as well. Now obviously if you don't want to use the R7, you can just leave this on and a V-lock battery will slot straight on there and you can use the camera in that way. So this isn't a required step, it's only if you want to use the R7 recorder. So again, that plate just slides straight off once you've undone the bolts, and again capacitive bolts in there, so there's no chance of getting those lost. Then what we do, we take the pinned part there and pop it onto the pin part of the camera. I might just mention this, that there are some pegs here and they line up with those pegs there. So once they're lined up, it should just slot straight onto the back. And then we can do these bolts up here. Now as you can see, the R7 does have its own V-lock plate on the back. So again, there's no requirement for an additional plate or anything like that. unless obviously you wanted to use some more DTAP outputs, at which point you could get a plate with DTAPs or even LEMOs. So we'll just tighten those 4 up. And there we have it. So that's on. I'll just turn it around for you as well so you can see from the other side. And that's the Venice with the R7 attached. So now we take our AXS card, take it out of its box, open the panel on the side and pop the card straight in. Attach the battery, switch the unit on, attach a lens and away you go. For those of you familiar with the BMW F5 and the F55, we can see the menus here are quite similar. Here we have our frames per second, ISO, shutter angles, ND, white balance, and some S/S information as well. For the menus, there's a quick and simple menu there, which you can toggle through, which gives you some information there. If you want the full menu, you press and hold for 3 seconds. And that gives you the full menus there, as we can see. And to return to the home screen, if you like, just press the home button and we're back where we started. We hope you found this useful. For more information, demos, hire or to purchase, do get in touch. Telephone number is 0208 977 1222, or you can jump onto the website www.visuals.co.uk.